Hey, this is Kevin and Joey from the Sideboard, and you're watching ATF TV.
We're here to mourn a tragedy, another tragedy that's happened. In fact, it's happening right before our very eyes. A tragedy that is happening to your generation. It's happening all across this land. It's just as bad, if not worse, than the story we just heard, because it's a picture of moral decline that's happening all across our land. We're here to mourn the mutilization of your generation that's being torn up and destroyed by all kinds of different forces, cutting you up and destroying you. We got the battle for your identity. We got an identity crisis. We have identity theft. And I'm not talking about credit cards. I'm talking about everything that's trying to brand you. Live like this, act like this, get your identity from this, and you do everything to try to get it, and you're still empty, and you're still depressed because you can't get identity that's meaningful from anything else except Christ. Yet, they keep trying to sell you identity with their beauty products or their clothes or whatever they can sell you to try to get you to find your identity in it. Meanwhile, they're destroying your generation. I don't know about you, but I think we need to send these guys a message. What do you think? We're here to mourn the destruction of a generation that's happening right before our eyes. Suicide. Nearly 2,000 teenagers die every year. You know, it's a leading cause. It's the second leading cause of death among teenagers, suicide. Because they try everything they can possibly do to be happening, to be part of this clique or this group or whatever, and they still aren't fulfilled. They're empty. And they're driving you guys to the edge of like, well, I might as well just give up and end my own life. I think we need to send these guys a message. What do you think? One of the biggest causes of suicide is depression. Now watch this. Do you know that in America for the last 50 years, we have had more increase in people's salaries and wages. The average size of the average person's house has grown. We have all the stuff. But the fact is that even though we have all the stuff and every kind of techno toy you could possibly play with, depression has grown. We've got violence in media. We're talking about in music, some of the most horrible violence. We're talking about in television, in movies. They're selling violence to you as something really cool to watch, and they don't care what it's doing to you. They're dividing and dicing up and cutting up your generation. They're mutilating your generation by selling you stuff that causes you to kill each other. I think we need to send these people a message. What do you think? I could go on and on. Your generation is being devoured, cut up, dissected. Video games is another culprit. I'm not going to ask you to lift your hand if you're a gamer, but you know, no, I've said I'm not going to ask you. Somebody lifted their hand anyway. Because many of you may have been addicted to this, especially games where you can plan murders, solicit prostitutes, like Grand Theft Auto. You know, there's actually a gang up in the Bay Area here in California that say they don't plan any murders without using the video game Grand Theft Auto. They don't care what they're doing to you. They're destroying you for the sake of a buck. I think we need to send these guys a message. What do you think? We've got cutting and self-mutilization. Think about this. How could it be possible that somebody's hurting so bad on the inside that they would rather distract themselves with the pain out here? I've talked to young ladies that they don't even realize what they're doing. They say they wake up the next day and their sheets are all bloody, and they like, I was in a daze or whatever. People carving words like "I hate myself" across their abdomen because they're so depressed. What is this world driving us to? Movies and video clips that glamorize this whole cutting thing, making it look like it's an okay expression. We need to send these guys a message, man, that we're not going to put up with it anymore. We're not going to let you control this generation. Do you know there's a direct relation to how much time you spend on the internet and how depressed you are? Studies have shown that. And whatever you're doing, whether you're blogging or you got a MySpace or whatever, all the predators that are on MySpace, you better be careful. I mean, you better be really, really careful. It's time for us, all these people that are making money off of getting you sucked into the internet so that they can prey on you, either on your dollars or on your life. I think it's time we send these guys a message. What do you think? All the drug abuse in the movies and in the music that glamorizes it, it's time to send them a message. Let's talk about music for just a moment, because music is one of the big, you guys have such a music saturated culture. I hope you guys are smart enough to realize, after what you've seen earlier today, that you may have been branded by a certain style of music, but you have to be smarter. I don't care how cool or how popular that group might seem. I don't care how much, their CD is selling or what their music video looks like. You got to be smarter. They're selling you drugs, they're selling you violence, they're selling you sexuality. They're selling you a lifestyle, not just their music. And we got to be branded by God, by the heart of God, putting on the clothing of Christ, putting on Christ, not putting on some style of music. We got to be smarter than the music industry. I don't care what they're trying to sell you. Let's send them a message. We're not going to buy it anymore. Probably the worst culprit of all is you are the first generation that's ever had to deal with point-and-click pornography. Watch this. You guys, back in the old days, if somebody wanted pornography, they had to go and sneak into the store and hope that nobody would catch them on the way out. Now, click free, clip. Oops, I'm a slave. How many of you have ever been on the internet, you did not try to get to a sexual site, but something of a sexual nature popped onto your screen? Let me see your hand. Look at this. How many ever tried to get off of it and another thing popped onto your screen? It happened to me one time. I clicked it off a third time, another one, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time, like 8 or 9 times. I thought the whole internet was demon possessed, man. Listen, that happens to 90% of your peer group. 90% get an unwanted sexual message. 80% have had multiple exposures to hardcore pornography. Listen to this. 80%. Ladies, let me ask you a question. How are you going to find a decent husband if 80% of your peers have had multiple exposures to hardcore pornography? How are you going to find a decent one? What are these people doing to you? They are trying to, they're reshaping your whole brain, man. It's not even fair. And so I think it's time we send these guys a message. What do you think?
Coming up, the battle on the front lines.
Well, we just basically, told them about the product and just told them, hey, this is offensive.
When ATF TV continues.
Get closer to God and get trained to change the world you and your friends live in. The Honor Academy. You can do something about what is facing this generation.
The Honor Academy is the best place I could ever be. I learned to be an extreme Christian.
You'll be blessed by actually doing the work of reaching your generation every day.
I get to fire them up for Christ, let them see that they can touch this generation.
And you'll make friendships that last a lifetime.
Here at the Honor Academy, I have all these people that are just lifting me up.
People who are my age, who just absolutely love the Lord with all their heart.
It's definitely fuel to the fire.
At my age, I get to travel the country and be a part of a movement. This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
The Honor Academy. Change your life, change your generation, and change history. It's coming. A new kind of training that will equip you to make a difference. This summer, join with Teen Mania's Center for Creative Media for an 8-day hands-on media experience. During this bootcamp experience, your production unit will learn the basics of storytelling, videography, lighting, editing, podcasting, PowerPoint, presentation software, and more. You will be trained by the producers of Battle Cry and ATF events, VH1's Behind the Music, and the team who created music videos for Skillet and Pillar. You will receive hands-on training as you work on a production team making a video that showcases your skills. From concept to completion, you'll see what it takes to be a producer in today's